In the midst of Daredevil's crime-fighting crusade, a new threat emerged in Hell's Kitchen. The notorious crime lord, known as the King, sought revenge against Daredevil for dismantling his criminal empire. Unleashing a wave of chaos, King orchestrated a series of sinister plots to exact his vengeance upon the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Simultaneously, the Punisher, Frank Castle, harbored a burning desire for revenge against the Kingpin. During their time in prison, Kingpin had orchestrated an assault that left Punisher battered and bruised. Now free, Punisher was on a relentless mission to settle the score and bring justice to the man who had humiliated him behind bars. The streets of Hell's Kitchen became a battleground as Daredevil and the Punisher pursued their respective quests for retribution against the vengeful Kingpin. Adding another layer to the vendetta against Kingpin, Echo, Maya Lopez, sought revenge for a deeply personal reason. Kingpin had orchestrated the murder of her father, fueling Echo's relentless pursuit of justice. Driven by a thirst for retribution, Echo joined forces with Daredevil and the Punisher, forming an uneasy alliance united by a shared goal, to bring down Kingpin and avenge the wrongs committed against them. The trio's convergence set the stage for a dramatic showdown in the darkened alleys and rooftops of Hell's Kitchen. In a surprising twist, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Hawkeye chose a different path. Despite their complicated histories, they refused to support Kingpin in his criminal pursuits. Recognizing the greater threat he posed to Hell's Kitchen, they aligned themselves with Daredevil, Punisher, and Echo to put an end to Kingpin's reign of terror. The combined force of these formidable heroes stood united against Kingpin and his army, creating a formidable opposition. The battle lines were drawn, and the fate of Hell's Kitchen hung in the balance as the clash between justice and criminality intensified on the darkened streets of the city. As the battle reached its peak, a mysterious figure appeared on the scene, none other than Kong, the time-traveling conqueror. With a sinister smile, Kong revealed that he had bestowed extraordinary power upon Kingpin, manipulating the course of events for his own amusement. The heroes, now faced with the temporal manipulations of Kong, realized the true extent of the challenge before them. Kingpin, fueled by the newfound power granted by Kong, became an even more formidable adversary. The stage was set for a climactic confrontation between the combined might of the heroes and the time-bending abilities of Kong and Kingpin. In a desperate struggle against Kang's temporal manipulations, the heroes rallied their strength, finding a way to disrupt the time-warping abilities. As Kang's influence waned, Kingpin, now vulnerable, faced the united front of Daredevil, Punisher, Echo, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Hawkeye. In the final moments of the battle, Punisher, fueled by his unrelenting quest for justice, confronted Kingpin. With a sense of finality, Punisher delivered the decisive blow, putting an end to Kingpin's reign of terror. The war for Hell's Kitchen had concluded, but it left behind a city forever changed by the clash between heroes and villains. With Kang's departure, the temporal disturbances subsided, leaving Hell's Kitchen to rebuild and recover. Punisher's actions, though decisive, added a somber note to the victory, forcing the heroes to confront the moral complexities of their battle against crime. The war may have ended, but the scars of the conflict would linger in the shadows of Hell's Kitchen.